Please go to the store and get me some tampons.
Some tampons and some Hershey's cookies and cream pie. Because I'm hungry.
Maybe some Ben & Jerry's.
Today, we're going to answer questions about periods from people who don't have periods.
We asked a bunch of people in our office to submit questions, and now we're going to answer them.
We are not medical experts, but
Yet.
we do have periods.
My mom, she's a nurse, so she always called periods menses.
I've had a period for 17 years.
I am very honored that my period is pretty much free going.
I actually don't have a period right now because I have an IUD. I get like little bits and pieces here and there.
Other than my deep hatred for men, I have no symptoms.
I'm on the pill, and I have my period currently. Some months I don't have it,
Oh.
and those are nice months.
Yeah.
I went on birth control pretty early because my cramps are so bad. It hasn't been bad in my adult life, really.
All our periods are different and react differently to our bodies. It's a part of being a person with a uterus.
What does a tampon/pad feel like? Well, they
Well,
feel
very different.
A tampon is something you insert into yourself.
When I'm not on my period, it feels like a dry finger up my kid. But when I am on my period, I'm fully lubricated.
It's a lot more freeing. I hate pads.
I used pads exclusively for probably the first couple years
I
of
think
my
I did
period.
too.
It just feels like a big nasty finger that was not in there for fun.
Because usually tampons have an applicator, either plastic or cardboard if you're unlucky. And the plastic ones, I think, are very
Yeah.
nice to insert.
A pad?
It's like a diaper.
You feel all day.
I haven't used a pad in a really long time.
Yeah.
Once it's loaded up with period blood,
Yeah.
you feel it.
A wet pad.
Yeah, and that's squelch. Like, it's not squelchy, it's like when you walk. I hate it so much.
They don't
feel
feel good,
gross.
and
It's
they
like
feel like
soggy.
they've been sitting in there between your
Yeah.
warm legs, so the smell is always a little pop.
Why do some people with periods have pain and others don't?
So in my family, we actually have our periods later on in life, around the ages of 14 and 15. We don't have cramp symptoms, but on my cousin's family, they get their periods at 11, and then they have cramp system from 11 on. So it's just like genetics.
Most people have cramps, I'd say. I haven't really met anyone that doesn't get them to some degree, but definitely there are people that get them worse.
The whole moon thing happens for my whole family.
Because you're a
And
werewolf.
the pain that comes with it, both of my sisters, is pretty similar.
Also, there are other things that come along with having a period, like thrown up because of my period before, or you can have like really bad back cramps, or you can feel really unwell and just want to have no energy. So it's just, it all depends.
Bloating, love bloating.
Just great.
I can't really tell you why. I think that's a question for the maker of the universe.
Yeah.
Do you want to have sex on your period?
Do I want to have sex on my period?
I don't like the idea of, well, I've done it, so okay.
You know what? No.
I don't like the mess of it, but I do think that I'm sometimes more horny on my period.
Yes.
It's really frustrating because you're just like really up for it.
I feel like period sex is for committed relationships.
I think you have to be at a certain comfort level with someone before that happens. Some people are fine with it, but I'm more of like, don't want to make a mess.
I often have sex at the beginning of my period because I feel like that's when I'm at peak horniness. The mess at that point is not real
Not that
bad.
You know, the lubrication, probably sensational. Pow, pow.
But when I'm like in the thick of it, then I'm usually not that into doing it also just because of the mess. Not that I wouldn't if like
Yeah.
the moment overtook me.
The day I have period sex, like understand, I put a ring on it. We got a 401k together. We have a timeshare.
Joint account
Yeah, like so.
through thick and thin periods.
Is it actually as bloody as people make it seem?
Yes.
I mean, it can be.
definitely
Definitely
can
in
be.
the middle of it.
It depends on your flow. Some months it's basically nothing, which can be a little concerning.
Yeah, I
but,
always get scared.
but other months,
When I was a teen, there were such bloody messes. I ruined so much underwear.
God.
I definitely bled through clothes. Now that I'm on birth control,
That
mine are-
helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, mine are way lighter.
The worst is when you're sitting down and you get up and you feel like Niagara Falls. You're like,
Oh,
did anyone
no.
else feel this moment? Yes,
oh,
this
that
happened to me.
feeling.
They were the bloody mess that you envision, like the shining elevator.
Oh God, like did I wear my black jeans? Oh God, every time I move, if I laugh too hard, I sneeze once
Don't
in high
sneeze.
school, right through the pants.
What makes me feel better when I'm on my period?
Midol,
I can't take Midol, but
Tylenol.
Oh,
Not for the cramps, just
Little
because I get
ibuprofen.
angry. My side effects is anger.
The thought that it'll be over.
lying down and going to sleep.
Some people it's a heating pad, some people it's hydrating, some people it's 4 ibuprofen. I don't suggest that.
I really give myself a break when I'm on my period. My body is real busy expelling some uterine lining, and it's not up for it today, and that's okay.
Can you hold your period in?
No!
What? That's amazing. I love this question.
Can you hold your period in?
I wish. I'll kegel for that. I'd kegel for that right now.
Some people must think that period is the same as like
Pee.
pee, which it's not. Also, you can only hold your pee in for so long. Eventually, it has to come out.
If I can just hold it in and I just like bloop it twice a day, that's a dream.
Bloop it.
Periods and urine come out of different holes. Things are falling out of you without your control. If you cut yourself on your arm, can you hold the blood in? No.
That's it.
Does the egg leave the uterus during ovulation? Basically meaning that it's impossible to get pregnant until the next time the egg is released. I never want to say it's impossible to get pregnant some way because I feel like somebody will find a way.
Oh yeah.
I have no.
The answer is get pregnant every period. It's less likely after ovulation.
You are only supposed to be able to get pregnant while you ovulate.
So I would say if you're gonna have sexual relations during that period without a condom, I'd still advise away from it. And apps help like us keep track of it very well, but the accuracy is still not 100%. So I would say if you're trying to have sex without a condom, please just do it anyway. I know it's not for everyone, but you are less likely to get pregnant, but the smartest thing to do is always use protection.
Wow. Mama Joyce.
I went to nursing school.
Does it feel like you're sitting in a puddle sometimes? If I wasn't wearing any kind of like period stuff, then maybe.
Maybe.
It's literally seeping into everything below your area.
Every period product is designed to absorb in some way or collect. I don't think I've ever felt like I was sitting in a puddle. Sometimes I felt like I'm sitting in some mess.
Yeah, especially with the pad.
I'm a tampon gal, so no, it doesn't feel like I'm sitting in a puddle. It's just all again.
The leakage is the most liquidy feeling,
Yeah,
I would say.
Because it's like blood dripping,
Not
literally.
when the blood is actually in there, usually. What signs should we be paying attention to before your period so we can be more helpful?
Not everyone PMSs in the same way, so like they're the symptoms you would get before your period, but like it's different with everyone.
That sounds like, how do we know if you're PMSing?
Don't blame my emotions on the blood that's coming out my coo. You treat me good all the time so that you don't have to die.
It's rare that I need somebody to do something for me, but some people do need that.
If I want cuddles, just cuddle me.
And you know what? Sometimes we do get bad PMS, and sometimes we are monsters. But we'll probably apologize.
Yeah,
Once that flow starts, and you know, that's pretty much the karma for PMS.
it is.
We're gonna say, you know what?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What can we do to help out with cramps? That's a very sweet question, actually. I
Very
like that.
kind.
Be understanding.
Ice cream, whatever I'm craving in the moment. Typically Cheez-Its or something salty.
Give us a hot water bottle. Do you have them in this country?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Be supportive, but if we're seeming a little agitated, pump brakes. Don't ask us so many questions.
And you never want to come off as being a person who's like, I know what's good for you.
Oh, totally.
Here's this thing.
Yeah.
You just want to be kind to the person and listen to their needs, I think.
If you cannot get a period product for your significant other, you're dead to me.
I thought the questions range from curious to how can I help?
That's sweet, actually, the amount of people that want to help us.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think the questions, some of them are really cool, and some of them, I guess, can't relate.
The funniest one was, can you hold it in? It's interesting to think that like there are people out there that don't understand periods because like we're so used to them.
I think it's just us opening communications about something that is natural and a part of nature.
But just as a reminder, we are not medical experts, and I think if you have some real serious question, of course do your research, ask some friends, but ultimately ask your healthcare providers because they will have probably the best and most up-to-date information.
Educate yourself, know your body, know your flow, and always look at the color of your menses. And it's your way of your body telling you about your sexual organ health.
That is fascinating.